Morning, everyone. I want to thank all of Shinny and Bill and Ted and the team for inviting NYCHA back to share the podium with my colleagues, Matt Wambua and Daryl Towns. It's exciting for us to be here with all of you, and I think that we have a lot to share. And Daryl was so short, now I'm going to feel extra long, just in proportion to that. But I am excited about what we have to share with you, and so I'd ask that you bear with me a little bit as I kind of articulate some of it. But just a year ago, I stood here and spoke of NYCHA's long history of providing assistance to families we support. We recognize that historically NYCHA and Shinny's network often worked in a parallel universe rather than together and in concert. I shared with you several examples of NYCHA's efforts to provide critical supports to our residents over our 75-plus year history that included addressing the specific needs of targeted populations like homeless veterans through our VASH program, and creating homeless prevention programs that promote self-sufficiency, such as our Jobs Plus program, which we actually have a new RFP out for to expand it to 7 more sites in partnership with our other city agencies, which include wraparound services to support job training and placement for families who need particular assistance to remain independent. We also talked about the launching of many of our cornerstone initiatives like our Financial Independence Today program, which we refer to as FIT, that address the issues of rent arrears and assist residents in achieving financial stability, avoiding homelessness, and remaining independent in the community. But today I stand before you to reaffirm that commitment that I made last year. That NYCHA will work as a collaborator with you and our sister agencies in the conservation and the creation of more supportive housing in New York. NYCHA has been an essential partner in providing housing solutions to a diverse population with various and growing needs, some quite complex, with the ultimate goal of helping our residents have safe homes, improve their quality of life, become self-sufficient, and live in stronger communities overall. We also have a long-standing history of working to support our residents through partnerships with community-based organizations, social service providers, and through the provision of social services and referrals through our own in-house family services department. Over the years, we have accomplished quite a lot, but we realize there's so much more to do. This is why we decided to build on our foundation and experience and launch Plan NYCHA late last year, an ambitious strategic roadmap that defines the authority's key initiatives from 2012 through the next 5 years. Plan NYCHA emphasizes providing the proper housing and supports to our residents. We're committed to ensuring that particular populations like seniors, disabled, and other targeted special needs populations have the supports they need to remain independent. I want to take a moment to update you on the status of initiatives I mentioned last year. We have completed or are on the road to completing some of the following projects. So Council Tower 6, Markham Gardens Manor, and Stanley Senior Housing. These are the first 202 supportive senior housing projects with specific set-asides for NYCHA seniors, particularly the ones at Met Council that has 80 units on land that we're building at Pominock Houses in Queens that's been completed by the Met Council. We just actually had a ribbon cutting at the end of last year, and it is now leased up. 80 units at Markham Gardens Manor on Staten Island with the Sisters of Charity, which should be scheduled to be completed in the fall. And the 81 unit Stanley Senior Housing at NYCHA's Linden and Boulevard houses in Brooklyn with management and on-site supportive services by East Brooklyn Churches and Common Ground, which we will complete in 2014. Each of these developments has or will have on-site services coordinated for our residents through partnerships with our important community-based and supportive housing partners. Also 1070 Washington Avenue, the first mixed finance project on private property to provide 21 public housing units as well as 10 supportive housing units within the new affordable 49-unit residential building in the Bronx. The gentlemen on the stage here were our partners in that project, where NYCHA contributed over $5 million in public housing replacement funds so we can provide the operating supports that are needed to make the project work long term. That project broke ground and is a partnership with Bronx Pro and Services for the Underserved. We expect to complete that project by the end of 2013. High Bridge Overlook, another exciting project. This is a 155-unit building being constructed by Dunn Development. as the second phase of a 220-unit low-income rental development on the periphery of NYCHA's High Bridge Gardens in the Bronx. The building, when completed in 2014, will provide 40 studio apartments as supportive housing. The not-for-profit Canva has obtained funding allocation from the State Office of Mental Health, who's here today, to provide rental subsidies and on-site social services for homeless single adults with mental illness under the New York 3 program. Another twist, the work that we're doing jointly with our partners at HHC, which is the Kohler Goldwater facility replacement. NYCHA intends to commit 175 project-based vouchers for the new construction of a 10-story building containing 175 rental units at East 99th Street and 2nd Avenue. These units will be made available to very low-income disabled and/or senior tenants in need of affordable housing, community supports, and independent living arrangements. All of these families or individuals are coming from the Kohler Goldwater facility, where formerly institutionalized at the specialty hospital and nursing facilities, but don't really need that level of care. We'd like to do more, because there are more than 175 people who are being displaced by the redevelopment there. So NYCHA is also working to commit vouchers to the remaining people who will be discharged from the facility and ensuring they have services to remain independent. Last but not least, something that I know to be of great interest to Shinny members is our Van Dyke Supportive Housing RFP, which was issued in December of 2010 and which we anticipate making a decision on very soon in the coming weeks. It is precisely because of the strength of each of the proposals submitted that NYCHA has taken the extra time to make a final decision. Currently, the development site is used as a parking lot on Mother Gaston Boulevard in Brooklyn. NYCHA's objective is to transfer additional development rights to the site to facilitate a cost-effective building of approximately 100 units of supportive housing. We anticipate the new building will be operational in 2014. We've learned quite a bit from the proposals that were submitted in response to this RFP, and we look forward to in the future sharing with you how the learnings from those RFPs will inform our decisions on additional sites that we will make available for supportive housing. But before I turn it over to Matt, there are a couple other things I want to say, which is we know that we need to do more. And in Plan NYCHA, we outline a couple of key areas where we believe we can be your partner in producing more supportive housing and bringing more supportive services to our existing NYCHA population. And so today, what we're proud to be able to contribute to this partnership is both additional land that we've identified and we will continue to identify over the next few years that we will release through an RFP process for the development of additional units like the ones I described here today, and a commitment of a couple hundred vouchers annually for the construction of supportive housing. So I'll leave the details of that to Matt, but suffice it to say that we believe through NYCHA's efforts, through HCR, and through HPD and HDC, we'll achieve a lot more, and we're proud to be one of those participants. Thank you.